Technology from 80 to 90. I mean, if you look at this pump now and you look at the pump that they're bringing it up now, it's pretty much identical.
Yeah.
I mean, the MAYCO was really on the forefront. So in their mind was, if I break down today, can I get a pump? Can I get a part in an hour? Yeah. I'm using American stuff. So that was their theory. So a lot of this stuff, you can go to any hydraulic house, fittings, full reversing valves, you can find them on the shelf. So that's a good idea.
Beautiful. Okay, this is no problem. Dual tank here.
Correct.
Starter, motor,
Main drive.
This right here.
Auxiliary secondary type, and that's a gear driven with the external regulator. The first pumping, the main drive has an internal regulator. So you, in theory, you cannot put a fitting on it and turn it on; it'll blow it off.
So this here, basically motor, this is the transmission, talking about the way an automobile works.
The heart of it, correct.
So this here, this transfers everything for it to start running everything, the hydraulic.
That's correct.
This right here, basically.
All that actually does is, it's a dual pump on there. One part is a cleaner, and the other part runs your agitator.
Okay.
That's all that does.
Okay.
So
this here, once it's on, am I looking to monitor this every 3 months, or it's on and just go?
We can show you how to do a pressure out, and you can do that once a week, once a month, and see where you're getting main pressure, and see if it is varying.
What pressure out? What does that mean?
Where you tell the machine to lose this signal to switch over and hold pressure at your max RPM and your max pressure.
Okay, I don't know what all that means, but this is what I'm looking for, to go over what we need to go over. When you go ahead and we turn this on, you say, if you're pumping a 5-inch lump, 150 feet, with this machine, you should be at this volume, this RPM, you should have no problem. Obviously.
A lot of variables.
Okay. Well, what I'm kind of looking for is that ABC mentality type thing. The variables, to me, I'm pretty sure I'm going to comprehend. But for me, a pump is designed. Obviously, if I change that scenario with just a slump from a 6-stack mix to a 4.5-stack mix, okay, that's going to change. I get that, but that to me is easy. What's not easy for me is understanding. If I could go ahead and understand the mechanics of it, where I say, okay, we want to run this pump, I'm just going to say at 1,000 RPM, and this control should be here at a 5, okay, and then I say, you know what, man, maybe he didn't fully understand, but if I go ahead and adjust this to a 6 and run it at 1,000 RPM, am I going to blow the motor up, is what I'm kind of trying to find out, to where I'm basically wanting to explain to that kid right there, dude, do not, if I have to put a padlock, then he's not my guy. Right. But I'm just trying to explain, don't run the pump past this, okay? If the mix is harsh and the guy wants to pour it a 4, you call me and tell me, and I'll let you know if you can move it, because I'm not going to jeopardize this pump of doing 50 jobs because a guy wants to do something that's going to jeopardize the inexperience. So I think that's kind of what I'm...
Not necessarily too technical.
Yes, I'm wanting to comprehend from a layman's point of view, where you're up here, and I'm not saying I'm going to get, I don't want to get where you're at, or else I would be doing what you do. I want to be able to run this pump where I'm not pushing it. For example, I was telling Edward, guy calls me up, and this happened before. Because I used to run work for Conco back in the day, we were partial to slick line, less friction. A lot of these guys don't even fucking, excuse my lane, have an idea. So if a guy says, hey man, I got to pour some concrete at a 3-inch lump, it's only 3 yards for some casing, okay, but it's 400 feet. I'm going to say, hey, I'd love to do the job. This will be the price, but please let me come and look at it. I go out and look at it. 350 feet of it is slick line. I'm going to run slick line. I'm not afraid. What slum do you want to be at? 4. There's additives that you could add, but I'm going to go metal. A lot of guys will put rubber on, and not that I'm exaggerating, the pump ass in is bouncing and they're wondering why. I'm not looking to push this pump in that capacity. This pump is going to be used for what we call patio work. We're going to do stem wall footings, maybe 3.5 inch lump max, but because I'm a concrete contractor, I hate to say it, if a concrete guy tells me I want to pour this at a 1, I'm going to say why. And if he's not going to give me the right answer, I will leave, because it's going to do something to the pump, and it's not feasible, because he's not that he's wanting to do what I want to do, it's just not feasible. So what I'm trying to get to is, how can you, from a layman's point of view, when we get to turning it on and it's stroking and the surge and everything, what's my happy place where the pump is going to like me also? So yes, we could go through slumps, we could go through design mixes. That is important. I do understand if we're pumping slurry, those things all do matter, but I'm just trying to use this pump as efficient as I can without pushing it to where I'm saying, hey man, I broke this damn thing, and you're kind of chuckling 3,000 miles away because I didn't go over something. Make sense?
Flip it out, and then on the bottom of it's got a number. And we can get them through Napa, you can get them through us, or wherever.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, exhaust manifold. Okay, can we go to the other side?
Now, are you going to be driving us to California? Or are you going to transport?
No, we're gonna put it on a flatbed.
Transport? Because I'm saying this, why? Because we haven't went through the bearings or anything, so I don't know anything.
Yeah, what we're going to go through basically right now, this pump, Edward and I in one, is pretty much like as is.
Correct.
There are parts that you guys do change.
Yeah, it's a phase 2
That's
machine.
something like I'm gonna ask. You did bring a perfect question up. Have the bearings been checked? Have they been greased? Have they been packed?
Yeah,
you don't know.
we'll take care of that.
If you tell me, if you tell me, hey Troy, you're not going to have a problem for the first few jobs, but you should consider the right side. That's all I'm at, and I'll get on it.
Yeah,
that's something. No, but I'm not going to drive it 3,000 miles to
Okay.
Sacramento.
But you're taking it today or something?
No.
No, we still have to do some work on
I
it.
take a moment to. I want to drink a coffee.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay?
Go ahead.
$5 million questions, huh? Okay.
It's all right.
So let's see. Oil filter, injector,
Secondary fuel.
It's fuel filter. Yes, sir.
Oil here.
Yep.
Oil
Primary.
here.
Primary fuel filter.
Okay. Okay. That's just a maintenance thing.
Right.
Motor. Oil. Filling. Okay. I don't think I need to know much about the motor. Yesterday when we fired it up, I think this thing is in great condition.
Yeah.
Sounds good, right?
Yeah. Okay. The only thing is that's just minor. This is
We'll
just minor.
take care of that.
Yeah, that's minor. Okay. I understand the sensors here, the way they are here.
That's
This will connect to this here once we take a look at this here. I understand this here, hydraulic fluid, how that works. I understand the bladder. I understand your agitator. Okay.
The
now
next thing-
from a.
How about the flow control? You understand?
Okay, what is this?
So that tells percentage-wise how much the main pump comes online. So if you screw it in like a water faucet, it goes to 0 pump. Screwing it out 10%, 20, 30, 40, 50, and so on.
Meaning, when you open it more, the pistons move faster. When you close it, they move slower. Simple as that. You want more concrete? Open that wide open and boom, 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 boom. You get the 40 yards an hour. If you close it almost to nothing, you can get up to 1 yard an hour, whatever you want. This is just a control to not have to deaccelerate the engine and control everything hydraulically.
Correct. But it also works on pressure. So there's a variable. At some point, you have to tell the pump, now I don't want pressure, I want volume. So there's a conversion that happens. So you're going to call me and say, Harold, I used to get 15 strokes a minute, and today on this job I only got 10 strokes a minute. Well, there's a variable. How much hose did you have? What kind of slump was it?
Yeah, that's going to change.
So there's a variable. Even if you pump it all or stroke it all the way out and you have the pump coming 100%, you're not going to get downstream 15 strokes a minute. So I'm thinking, even if you had a 5,000 horsepower motor, it's unachievable.
Okay, well then let's bounce into this right now then. Okay. We're gonna start the pump up. Basically, this is gonna give me the reading of the hydraulic pressure.
What's going to be at the end of that piston stroke.
Okay. This is my RPM of the motor.
Correct.
Correct.
And what is this here?
Accumulator pressure.
That's what makes the switch over. So assume that there's two pumps. This pump pumps the concrete. This pump moves the cylinder of the S2 back and forth.
Okay. If we may, because I'm not quite 100% clear, I want to see when we turn this on where the numbers are when it's idling. Then I can begin to ask my questions, because you just described all of these are all together to an extent. We don't know, or I don't know if you do, I don't think you do, what the pounds are on that bladder.
Right now, no, we can't find out right now.
Okay, so that's not relevant. Let's just say it's 50%. Let's say it's 100%. It's not relevant. What's going to matter to me is that I understand these gauges here and this here with what you guys just described to me. It basically is what I call my stroke. And this right here is going to determine how I want to adjust that stroke. Okay? To get more, I don't want to misspeak, to get more, I don't know if the word's volume, but
Strokes per minute.
yes. Okay, which makes, I'm pumping more.
That's right.
Okay, so for me, what this is about, this is getting back to the story. I want to find a happy place. I believe this is a big component, okay, to where I believe I could be that at 50%, okay, and monitor these here. But the bladder is going to be a big component, regardless if you're, if this bladder is low, am I compensating by pushing this out to get more strokes? If this isn't shifting over, I'm not going to get what I want.
You'll get a big delay.
That's being deficient.
Yeah, you won't get
Okay,
strokes per minute.
so I'm getting it. So let's, if we may, can we turn it on and then
Sure,
maybe
go ahead.
maybe excuse me,
Go ahead.
the battery cable. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. Right now, this is idling at 4,000 RPM. 400 RPM. Okay, so those are 10 times 1,000.
Oh, good. Yeah, that RPM gauge, I don't think that's even for. That's supposed to be 4,000 if you think about it, but it's not. We'll fix
Well, I was
it.
just reading, so
Yeah,
anyway. Okay.
might be.
So it's a 400 and that's good. Okay. I will not pump this low. The only way that I would pump this low, and to be honest, I'm never gonna pump grout, and it might be this low to grout some walls. Okay, but I would never run this pump this low.
Well, remember I was telling you, you can't. You have to run the machine all the way full out. Only because when you turn it on, the machine's going to do it for you.
You can't control it.
Here.
Okay. Okay. So once we're ready to pump, okay, what is?
And this is your main pressure. This gauge is probably bad. That's the reason why it's not moving.
Okay. So this right here basically,
No, simplemente
lack of a better word,
aquí se
the RPM of how this is going.
ahí que te fijas, yo la recibí, aquí está, ¿no? Y
suck back a little bit. Do it up.
Okay, well, what I'm not telling you, before I got this transported, you guys are going to call wireless alone. I wanted to come sorry. So this here is important to understand manually. If something maybe goes wrong where I have to do it manually, and I didn't want to get into that yet. I wanted to understand right now. So then basically now, gotta tell you, I don't know, but I don't think it's not pumping concrete. Like this is just over. That ladder is low.
They're like bicycle tires. Up higher. So just like a car, you have a tire that sits here for 2 months. It's going to go low by nature.
Okay.
Just like a tire on a bicycle, car, anything else. And that's a rubber bladder. That's all that's in there. So
Okay.
it's going to go low by nature by it just sitting here. So I'm telling you, yeah, it's probably low. It doesn't look real low, but it probably needs another 50.
Okay. Let's go to, there's a little bit of water leaking there, which is the housing of that.
Correct.
You showed me there. So that might be worn a little bit.
Correct.
In a perfect world, that wouldn't be leaking. But I'm just wanting to understand.
Correct.
Over here, this is for the agitator. This is leaking a little bit.
Correct.
This here to me is not a deal breaker because it'll get grease. If it leaks a little bit, the cleanup of that here, that right there to me is kind of important that it is leaking like that. Correct or incorrect?
There is a seal back there, correct, and it's only going to get worse from here.
Okay.
Because when
Yeah.
you get grout,
Well,
the intrudes.
That's what I'm saying. That's one of the parts right there that when grout gets in there, the consolidation of the concrete that's supposed to be running through those components, it's now going to be leaking there, which is causing it may pack up here, sooner.
Well, not so much that is because once it gets past the seal, there's a rubber bushing back there. Once that concrete goes past the seal into the brass bushing, it wallows it out.
Okay.
So then they wallow each other out,
Okay.
and it gets worse and worse and worse and worse.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the seal has gone bad.
Okay. So now I understand this. I understand how to operate the pump. Flow direction is forward, obviously.
Reverse.
Okay. That's if I'm pumping, yeah,
Right.
forward, obviously.
Now you have to leave this in automatic to have this work, and then you turn the main.
Forward up, right? I would assume that once this RPM goes up, the way this is designed, right now that is going like this. So once the RPMs go up, I would assume this does go based on the throttle.
Correct.
Is that correct? Okay, now I'm ready to pump, right?
All the way.
No load setting, nothing like that. Permanent. Effective.
I got a plug. Just backed off the pressure of the volume that was in the hoses to check the clamp for a plug. Is that correct? By that one stroke there, I alleviated the pressure. Moved it in reverse. Let it stroke one, and then alleviate so I can check the hose for a clamp.
You can go more
Not
than
it
once.
blowing all over. Correct?
You can go more than once. You can go more than one stroke.
Yeah.
Why do I see one?
Okay, now I'm having a problem where stop pumping. It was like this. idle this down, and I'm saying, what the hell? So I check everything, and I have to determine I want to run it manually because I still have electrical power. Okay, I'm still in forward, but in order for me to do this manually, out here, or here, I have to take this off automatic,
Put it in jog.
and then,
Put it in jog.
okay,
And then turn it on.
and now,
No, turn it on.
okay, that gets my RPM up.
When you, as soon as you activate it, it'll get the RPM
This
up.
here.
Yep.
So this is forward.
Now the other way. You got the flow control.
Okay, this way, this way. There. Right there. That's my stroke manually. Okay. So now that was in forward. So let's say I'm doing that and I get a plug. So right now I want to go reverse. Okay, that just switched over, but there's still pressure, I think. Am I correct?
Okay.
So I want to go ahead. Right there. That has just alleviated the pressure. So now I can disconnect the tap without it blowing all over. Is that correct? Okay. So now I want to get back to running it with the remote, let's say, or just manually. Okay. So now.
By the way, it's
was
not
reverse.
pumping.
Huh?
There you go.
Well, yeah, I knew it was it.
Okay, okay.
Now that was in reverse. I didn't want to switch it right in the middle like I did. Okay, so now I'm forward.
Nice.
Okay.
Huh? You are a pro.
Okay, so this is here. So that isn't going to switch over.
No,
That's
no
right.
pressure.
That's my indicator right there.
Yeah, I did it when you turn off the key. It went
Yeah,
went
I
over.
was watching it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was
Like
watching
I said,
it.
if there's no pressure, the downside relief kicks over. Thumbs automatic.
Okay, so now I don't want to turn it back on, but obviously all my hoses are disconnected. It's still on, but it's idling because I got it right here. Okay, it's still in forward because I haven't put it to reverse.
Correct.
Now I want to talk about cleanup. So all my hoses are done, my hopper's down to where I want it to be, so I could take the plug out and have it drop in, clean my hopper. Okay, I haven't affected my stroke yet to clean my cylinders yet because I've cleaned everything there. So now what I want to do, hey, what's up, baby?
Bien, okay,
¿Cómo estamos?
Bien, sí, señor.
Okay. Okay, so
Okay, so-
now basically I'm ready to go ahead and clean the pump. It has to be done in reverse. Okay, so now it's in reverse. Basically it's the same process. I don't need this to be shifting, so I'm going to idle this down to where that's the way I would prefer to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so then basically I'm going to watch volume come out because the swing tube will swing off. Volume come out of that cylinder, but it's not completely clean. Okay, whatever debris there, I'm going to do it again, but as I go 2 or 3 times, strokes or whatever, it's going to get to where it's pretty clean. That's where I start to use the water. If I want to clean the hopper into my basin, okay, then I take the water hose in there and I inject it. Gives me a little bit of water, then I cycle. Okay, and I'm noticing that I'm getting gravel and fines and sand at the, which I'm getting cleaner. Then what I do at the end, I'm still in reverse. I take my thing and I'm pulling out. Okay, and then I'm pretty clean. Then after that, what I do, if I have another job, I'm not going to grease that because
You would grease.
okay, every job.
Every job.
Okay,
You're
then I will.
You're pushing that grout out.
Okay, then this here.
Correct.
Okay, every job.
Correct.
Even though I'm traveling from one job 30 minutes, every job. Okay, so then I grease that, put that back up, I'm clean, ready to go. Okay, start up, next one, prime through, okay. Okay.
I think you got it.
And then at the end of the job, you're going to, of course, you'll wash it out a little better. If you don't have another job to back it up, I'd wash it out.
Yeah,
Good.
it'll be pristine, yeah. Because my intention is I'll get to a point where on a residential job, if I have 2 jobs or 3 or just the one, like I said, it just depends where I'm at. It could be if I'm doing 1 job a day, that I'll guarantee you we will drop everything where there will just be a little bit of mud, or I might not even drop anything if the candy cane gets me down to a level where I'll leave that material in there. I don't want it to be full because obviously weight, number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2, if I can get to where I'm moderating and I'm going to here, once I get to the yard or the ranch, we'll wet this up a little bit, but not tremendously wet because it will be up to a hardness to an extent, depending on the temperature, because you will have vibration. The agitator will help keep it, but the cylinders aren't really doing anything. The other thing, if it gets to be too bad, I have an apparatus that's 5-inch, it's PVC, and you tell me if this is no wear. Well, the thing is, I think it's a bad idea because in order for this thing to stroke, that has to be engaged at the maximum RPM of 2,000. So if I'm traveling with that thing on at 2,000 RPM, I'm burning a little bit of fuel, traveling 20 minutes. What advantage would I have if I put this here with a piece of PVC or kept recycling it in here? The only thing that would be an advantage is if I could go to the next job and the guy isn't too picky about the mix that I have in here, okay, and I'm just using it. I put my primer in my hoses.
They do make a delay set. And
No,
you can put
I'm
that
not
in
into.
there,
I'm
and
not
put a
into.
cap on it and go to the next job.
Yeah,
If your
but that's
customer-
just predicated. We don't do that because I'm a contractor. A guy tried doing that and I said, man, either clean your pump out or get the hell out of here. Because the mix design that I have, I don't know if his mix has color in it. I don't know if
Right,
mine
true.
has.
You don't.
So there's a lot of variables to where I don't like entertaining that. But I was just entertaining it if I had to travel too far where I didn't want to clean up and make no mess. But the only way that would work as I was traveling for this to stroke very slowly and keep it recycled, the RPMs would still have to be all the way up. So basically from that moment, if I were traveling 22 minutes, that's 22 minutes of travel time on the pump.
A
Or
lot of
basically, yeah.
You don't know how old that truck got to you.
Correct,
It might have been
correct.
already 90 minutes old.
Correct, yep.
By the time you got home, it might be set up.
Yeah.
And then you're talking about a big deal now.
Well, it would never set up because if you understand, let's say if that truck was, I look at the batch tag and say, man, this thing's already an hour old. And we're pumping for an hour. There's a 2-hour threshold where we come from. Now I got to travel 30 minutes to try to save not cleaning up. So if you could picture this right here, having an elbow where it's pumping back in, a 4-inch piece of Schedule 80. Okay? So now, if I'm traveling 30 minutes and I have that float control,
Yeah.
But you're talking about running the machine as you're going down the road?
Yeah.
you ever heard of it?
No.
Okay.
No. Too
That could
risky.
also disconnect because of the weight. If he hits a puddle, whoop, falls right out and starts pumping everything as he goes.
Actually, the clamp that I want, these usually have a cotter pin that we put in. But either way, I just wanted some feedback. Okay, so the best thing is to clean it right there. I think I'm going to be clean anyway. I just wanted to bounce it off you, see what you...
You never seen a machine boom going on the streets.
But that's the
through-
way it's designed to run anyway.
Yeah, full throttle, exactly.
So it's just a matter of, am I burning up the 30 minutes as opposed to the 250 hours? Because it would just be like pumping a job. It would just
Even
be,
if you're moving, if the reaction started, it doesn't really matter. In fact, it works against you moving, just like in a mixer. If he's full charge in when he gets to you, it's already hot because he's beat the salt check.
We hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. To continue seeing more content like this, don't forget to subscribe. Also, you can just go right here on this link to our website, liveequipment.com, for a complete list of equipment available for sale. Or just keep navigating to our channel. Have a great day.